for spending a little piece of your evening here with me. I'm Mabby, and you're listening to Midnight Tea and Side Quests. A place for late-night thoughts, warm conversations, and the kind of stories that somehow sound better after sunset. And tonight, we're celebrating Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms listening right now. And honestly, happy Mother's Day to the fur moms too. Today is for anyone who has ever cared for another living soul with patience, love, sacrifice, and probably a little sleep deprivation too. You know what's funny? Earlier this week, I completely forgot it was Mother's Day weekend. Life's just been moving fast lately. Work, errands, random stress, trying to remember whether I switched the laundry over or just thought about switching the laundry over. You know, adulting. But then I overheard some coworkers talking about celebrating a birthday this weekend. And somebody said, yeah, my birthday lands on Mother's Day this year. And honestly, that sounded so beautiful to me. Imagine that. A family celebrating two huge moments at once. The child's birthday, and the mother who brought them into the world. And it made me realize something. Even when your birthday lands on some random Tuesday in October, that day still means something deeply special to your mom too. It's the anniversary of the day she became your mother. The day her whole world changed forever. There's something really warm about that thought, isn't there? Now, I'm not a mom to a human child, but I am a mother to 3 very spoiled fur babies. And honestly, I imagine parts of it feel pretty similar. Making sure they're fed. Making sure they're emotionally okay. Trying to keep them entertained so they don't randomly destroy something while I'm busy. Scheduling checkups. Buying treats they absolutely did not need, but absolutely deserved. And can we talk about pet dental bills for a second? Nobody warned me about that part. But I think the only downside about being a pet mom is not being able to fully have conversations with them. I'll literally sit there telling my dog about my entire stressful day. And they'll just stare back at me. Maybe tilt their head a little at the perfect moment. And somehow I convince myself they understood every word. And honestly, maybe they do. Maybe love doesn't always need words. One day though, I'd really love to become a mother to a human child too. To watch them grow up. Watch their first steps. Take way too many photos on their first day of school. Probably embarrass them a little later with those same photos too. Stay up all night beside them when they're sick. Cheer way too loudly at graduations. And when they finally turn legal drinking age, I'll probably sit at a bar with them and order us both whiskey sours. And no, before you judge me, I'm not trying to teach them about alcohol. I want to teach them how to survive adulthood. How to keep going after disappointment. How to be kind without letting the world walk over them. How to laugh at themselves sometimes. How to protect their peace. How to keep growing into someone they're proud of becoming. And honestly, thinking about that reminds me a lot of my own mom. This morning, I texted her a little flower image wishing her happy Mother's Day. And then I called her. And the funniest part? She forgot it was Mother's Day herself. That feels very on brand for moms somehow. Always remembering everyone else before themselves. My mom and I actually live about 600 miles apart now. And honestly, there's probably a very good reason for that. Because when we lived under the same roof, we argued constantly. Like, constantly. Mother-daughter arguments are honestly a completely different sport. But now that we live hundreds of miles apart, we call each other almost every other day. And most of the conversations are so simple. What we ate, what we watched, who annoyed us today. Sometimes we still bicker a little, but nowhere near the level we used to. And isn't that funny? How distance sometimes softens people. How love becomes easier to recognize when there's space to breathe. I know my mom loves me, even when it came out as strictness, even when it sounded like criticism, even when we drove each other absolutely insane. That's still love. A complicated version maybe, but love all the same. So now I'm curious about you. What's your relationship with your mom like? Are you best friends? Do you call every day? Do you mostly communicate through memes and short texts? Or maybe your relationship is complicated too. Maybe you love each other deeply, but peacefully from a little distance. If you feel comfortable sharing, I'd love for you to tell me your story. Because honestly, I really don't think any mother-daughter relationship is perfectly simple. I think most of us are just figuring it out as we go. I'm looking outside my window right now, and it's been gloomy all day. But somehow, the gray skies are making this cup of tea feel warmer. Maybe that's what today feels like. Warmth mixed with reflection. I hope all the mothers out there had a beautiful day today. Maybe you went out for brunch. Maybe somebody surprised you with flowers. Maybe you shared cake and old family stories and laughed until your stomach hurt. And if today was quiet for you, I hope it still carried peace. And for anyone listening right now who still can't quite bring themselves to make that phone call, I understand. Life gets complicated. Relationships get messy. Time passes faster than we expect. But if that person is still here, maybe consider trying. Not because everything magically fixes itself overnight, but because one day, the chance to try disappears forever. And even if the conversation isn't perfect, you can still find comfort knowing you reached out while you still could. So tonight, hug your loved ones a little longer. Call your mom if you can. Text the person who raised you. Thank the people who showed up for you when life felt heavy. And if nobody told you this today, you're doing better than you think you are. Happy Mother's Day, everyone. I'm Mabby, and you've been listening to Midnight Tea and Side Quests.